Chief Charles Moose was first introduced to the county at this press conference in August of 1999. Today, some of his first words to our MyMCM reporter can sound almost prophetic.
But I just feel like for some reason this opportunity came up, and so the Lord says to me I should take it.
Fresh from a job as chief of police in Portland, Oregon, Moose advocated for community policing.
Without public trust, you really can't provide law enforcement services because the police and the community have to work together.
Lucille Baur worked closely with the chief in her role as a public information officer for the police department.
He had a very warm, welcoming personality, and he was very interested in the media and getting messages out to the public.
Your children are not safe anywhere at any time.
Our top story tonight, Police Chief Charles Moose delivers a chilling message from the sniper involving threats to shoot children.
Most memorably for the county, in the days following the sniper shootings, Chief Moose became the face of the investigation, and he often seemed to wear his heart on his well-starched sleeve.
I guess it's getting to be really, really personal now.
Shedding tears during an afternoon press conference, Police Chief Charles Moose expressed his outrage at the series of shootings that has many people living in fear.
We have a level of fear that we're not used to.
I think everyone was amazed that just natural pouring of emotion showed during that press conference, and you saw the tear. And some people took offense at that, thinking that a police chief should always be strong and never show emotion like that. But I think more people realized he was a human being and could tell that he cared.
The killing spree drew reporters from around the world, and the atmosphere at the press conferences got tense.
We just have to continue to let it unfold.
At times, the glare of the media seemed to be taking its toll. Several times, Moose has showed his impatience with reporters' questions about the case.
So we will do the work that is necessary. If you have become impatient because no one's in custody, then I ask you to check yourself.
For some reason, 6,000 plus people have felt that they had something to call us about. And so I don't consider that one credible lead. And I don't consider that as the only thing the public has to do is to look for a white box truck. We see the world differently, and I guess that's okay.
Everyone had this huge need to get a little bit more, a bigger piece of the story, to present something a little different. The pressure on the police department was to prevent any more injury and killings. The concern was that we had very little evidence to go on. And I think one of the heightened parts of this situation, when the chief really, let his anger freely be seen, was the tarot card incident. And on the card, it specifically said, "Do not release to the media." And so he did get angry on camera. He was forceful. He did say, "Do you want the media to run this investigation, or do you want the police department? Because if you want the media, you can have them." And he made his point clear.
When the sniper siege was finally over, Chief Moose gave his first interview to MyMCM.
Chief Moose, thank you so much for joining us. Also, if I'm not out of line here, congratulations.
Thank you.
On bringing this case to some kind of a resolution so far.
I still wish we'd have got it done sooner because, again, when you meet with the victims' families, you just go, is there anything we could have done so that group would be smaller? And so I always wish we could have done more quicker.
The entire community, the entire metropolitan area, we are all breathing a collective sigh of relief.
I'm excited that there's football practice tomorrow, tonight, that there are going to be soccer games, that people are out walking their dogs and feeling like they can do that and not have to wait for some kind of schedule. So, there's maybe some things I can't say, but let me say I feel good about the way everybody's moving back to normal.
He had been just besieged with offers from everyone to come on the news shows, and anyone else might have gone to the show that would bring in the highest audience, might have gone to the networks first. but not Chief Moose. It was Cable 21 first, then the local stations, and then the network stations.
The Senate of Maryland offers sincerest congratulations to Doug Duncan, County Executive from Montgomery County, and Chief Charles Moose in recognition of your leadership and compassion during the recent sniper attacks in the metropolitan Washington, D.C. area.
Later that year, Moose was hailed as a hero by the state of Maryland. But in a matter of months, the chief was topic number one again when he signed a book deal about his life during the sniper attacks.
I still remember walking down the hall in headquarters next to Chief Moose, and he looked at me and he said, "Lucille, can you believe somebody wants me to write a book about this?" And I went, "Oh, yes, I can definitely believe that somebody wants you to write a book about this."
I think Chief Moose has a responsibility to let the people know what went on. I think he has a right to write this book according to the laws of the Constitution, and I have no problem with it.
It's official. Chief Moose is writing a book about the sniper shootings. Some residents are wondering if the book, 3 Weeks in October, will answer some of their questions.
I would be curious because I happen to live in a neighborhood where most of the shootings took place. So I'm curious as to why these particular individuals chose Aspen Hill.
Well, I'm interested to know how he felt the day he was standing out there giving his press conference. He was in tears. I would like to know how he was feeling that particular day. I'm really interested in knowing, the other side of the whole aspect of the events that went on.
But County Executive Doug Duncan is now getting some flack for supporting Moose's decision to write the book.
We believe that the story is so compelling, that the interest in the chief's story is so great, and the fact that the chief has committed to donate a portion of the proceeds from the book to charity will help us get through any ethical or legal issues that may come up.
County ethic rules bar police from profiting by telling their side of the story. There are lots of questions the Ethics Committee will soon have to address to decide if Chief Moose can sell his experience.
As with any public official, there are always some detractors, but on balance, the issue has to be there's a compelling story here that we believe needs to be told.
And in the end, the final decision is in the hands of the County Council.
And I believe he really thought up until the end that things would turn in his favor and the county would understand his viewpoint of it and that they would give him permission. When that didn't happen, he decided he had to resign.
I wish he was still our chief. I feel very strongly about that. I think he did a great job as chief of police for Montgomery County. He and I worked very well together.
Former Police Chief Charles Moose says he and his wife have been under a lot of stress in the last few months. As the county threw a big party to say thanks and goodbye, Moose wasn't in a very festive mood. A crowd of supporters and admirers cheered as Charles Moose took the podium. The former police chief now sporting a new look, a shaved head and a dark blue suit, instead of the usual badge and police uniform.
Thank you for being here. This has been a lot of anxiety about coming here tonight.
Thank you again for everything.
Thursday night, state and local officials came out to praise the former top cop and thank him for his nearly 4 years of service to the community.
On behalf of the County Council.
I had no plans to leave the Montgomery County Police Department. It's been very difficult. It's been very hard.
Now a national celebrity, Moose quit his job last month following a legal battle with the county's Ethics Commission to write a book about last fall's sniper shootings. This week, Moose and the commission ended their dispute. He will forfeit $4,200 he was paid for the rights to a movie about the sniper case.
If I'd have been allowed to do the book and be the police chief, then I remain convinced that that can be accomplished.
It's a bitter-sweet night for me.
Residents attending the farewell party don't want to see Moose go.
But I'm just so incredibly grateful that we had him when we desperately needed him as a community.
Moose says he plans to remain in Montgomery County for the next few months. He hasn't yet decided what his next career move will be. His lawyer says there are many offers on the table. Meantime, the book that led to his resignation in the first place is due out this fall.
He was an educated man certainly a very thoughtful man and a very caring, empathetic person. And he had a strong temper as well. If he didn't like something, you knew about it. You knew where you stood with Chief Moose. I believe he was able to get the best out of all of us because he was an excellent leader.
Chief Moose resigned in June of 2003, less than a year after the sniper attacks. The man who led the largest manhunt in American history passed away on Thanksgiving Day of 2021 at the age of 68.